2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team. And those guys know how to pace themselves. And you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Doesn't make sense now.
We have the Jazz as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Maybe the upper hand in this one. The Memphis Grizzlies won the last matchup of the season against the Utah Jazz. They've handled this matchup nicely so far, up 2-0 in the season series.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
The Jazz off the tip. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Hayward and Favors holding down those forward spots. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt, and it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hood can't get it to go. And so it's Memphis with it. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Team chemistry goes a long way in terms of overall team success, and this group exudes that every game.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Good, the assist goes to Hill.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
And as you hit the midway point of the season, Steve, do you think teams know where they stand at this point, or is there still room for teams to shake things up and make a move?
You know, sometimes, Kevin, I feel bad for the teams when you're just out of it at the midway point. Then there's some teams, you know, they're looking to make a big trade that can boost them and catapult them 2 or 3 seeds higher. So it's depending on where your team is. I just don't want to be on that team where by February you're out of the playoffs.
That's a death march, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
It's something they better correct quickly, because he'll start running wild if they don't defend him any tougher than that.
And the shot goes in.
Even when the defense all over him, Zach Randolph is just too powerful. He has all the answers.
And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. They've had a tough time so far against this team, losing both contests. He said they're really tough to deal with because of their intelligence and execution offensively. You have to play mistake-free basketball to get the upper hand. We just haven't been able to do that so far. We'll see if tonight is any different. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you so much. And guys, how do you view coach's strategy in terms of limiting those shooters?
Well, I think he knows how dangerous they can be if they get hot. So it's a sound approach. Defensively, though, they have to stick like glue to those guys.
And also, they must put pressure on the basketball. The passes have been too easy getting to the shooters.
Now Hill, following And the miss by Chandler Parsons
Prez,
from deep.
and
the call will be
steal.
against Prez. That's foul number 2 for him. Ennis, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Conley now comes in for Prez. And Utah has possession. Gobert, the screen. Hayward kicks to Hill. Back to Hayward. Down low. And it's Favors that time on the assist by Hayward. Favors got his first bucket of the night.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Gasol kicks to Parsons. Memphis moving that ball around. The turnaround Jay, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Having a 7-footer like Gasol who can hit the mid-range jump shot is huge. Really opens up the floor for his guys.
Hill passes to Favors. Gobert, the screen. Hayward from outside. That shot off. And Memphis the other way now. You know, Memphis is a hard town, one of the league's smallest markets, too. The second fewest television households in the NBA, Steve. Despite that, Grizzlies have always enjoyed outstanding fan support.
They've done a tremendous job of connecting with this community. This team has an identity. Tough, blue-collar, and hard-working. And that's the identity of this town.
That free throw good from Gasol.
The Jazz at the point guard position over the last 3 seasons have really struggled with their playmaking. A low rate of assists and high turnovers.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. White, he's checked in for Randolph. And Daniels subbed in for Parsons. And so Gasol nails them both. And the Jazz drafting young point guards like Trey Burke taken 9th in 2013, and then Steve with Dante Exum 5th overall in 2014.
Yeah, Dante Exum suffering a torn ACL last season. When they get consistent production at that position, they will really take them to the next level.
Memphis leading. Daniels dishes to Wright. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Inside is where Wright feels at home. Love his length and soft touch.
And Diaw kicks to Exum. Inside. And he banks in the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
On the wing, Daniels. He averages about 5 points a game. Boliner inside. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Gasol's got 8 points.
That's just an awesome assist. Really paced the ball in the ideal spot.
Exum kicks to Burks. Feeds to Withy. Pass to Exum. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Dante Exum, the 5th overall pick in 2014. Very excited to watch him in his 2nd season, but he missed the entire season with an ACL. Nice to see him back in action.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
That's good from Exum. And Exum with great size at point guard, Steve. He's at 6'6", like you.
6'6", with a tremendous first step. Not like me. I love the way he attacks the basket.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jarrell Martin comes in for Marc Gasol. And Baldwin subbed in for James Ennis. Second free throw, no good.
The point guard out of Australia, Dante Exum, is a rare physical specimen. Reason why he has great length at that point guard position. Great size.
So it's Utah now, following the score by Memphis. Kicks to Diaw, and there's the pass to Exum. And there's the feed to Burks. 6 to shoot. Over in the corner, Diao. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright.
The length of Wright is tough to deal with. If he's nearby when a shot is going up, he can send it back in a hurry.
Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. "12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wright with a screen on Burks. 4 seconds left. With 1 on the clock.
He is thinking one step ahead there. As soon as the shot goes up, he's getting in position to grab the offensive board.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's the Grizzlies ending the first quarter on a 12-3 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And Derek Favors, known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
Pure hustle and desire for the ball on the glass. As long as they continue to give it their all, they'll be in outstanding shape.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Utah, Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Favors is out there with Johnson, and it's Exum in at the point guard position. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, point guard Mike Conley has been a lefty-dominant player his whole career, but off the court, he's actually right-handed. He first picked up a ball at 13 months of age, and he said, "I just did it with my left hand for some reason, and ever since then, my mind felt it was left-handed when it came to basketball." Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Similar to Greg Monroe.
I've been accustomed to seeing the Utah Jazz in the playoffs forever. This team is poised to make a return to the playoffs after a 4-year absence. This has been their longest playoff drought in over 3 decades.
For Memphis, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Wright. Parsons comes in for Jarrell Martin. And it's Ennis in for Daniels. Utah also making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Johnson. Rodney Hood comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Hill in for Exum. And this 4-year playoff drought for the Jazz ties their longest since the team left Louisiana.
It goes to show you how successful this franchise has been. With legends like Karl Malone and John Stockton, the team made the playoffs for 20 straight seasons between 1984 and 2003.
Here's Prez, following the basket by George Hill. Parsons passes to Prez. And Young kicks to Prez. He dishes it to Parsons. For 3. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz trail by 7. Hill dishes to Favors. Hayward kicks to Gobert. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The precise passing ability of Hayward, really a luxury for this team.
Pass to Randall. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Randolph's got 6 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The rise of the 3-ball, Steve. Perimeter defense may be more valuable than ever, going out there and trying to close in a hurry. Who, and you've seen a lot of them, who are the best wing defenders in the league right now?
Who's the best? I mean, you have a lot of guys. Tony Allen comes to mind, Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, but I think the best overall as of right now is the claw. That's Kawhi Leonard, because he covers so much ground and he has the ability to slide his feet and beat you to the spot.
I always get the sense they feel they're never out of the shot, like they always have a chance to disrupt that shot in some way.
And they do a good job of active hands, a lot of deflection, and that keeps you off balance as an offensive player. When you start talking about experience, you talk about Coach Snyder. He coached at the college level, the minor league level, overseas, and now the NBA. He brings a lot of experience to this game for the Utah Jazz.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Diaw's checked in. So it's Utah now. 7-point differential. From the high post. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Quinn Snyder, a former point guard at Duke and a lot of stops in his coaching career, he's learned under some greats.
Yeah, this is his coaching tree that he's learned under. Coach K, Greg Popovich, Mike D'Antoni, just to name a few. His experience learning so many different systems has bode well for him.
The Grizzlies have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And that one falls for Young.
Yeah, and this squad loves Young, a true leader who knows how to put his team on his back when they need him to.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Grizzlies. And so Young nails them both.
He just can't miss from the line right now. He is the guy you want taking those shots.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Hill passes to Hood. Favors with a screen on Young. Favors with the screen. Shot clock at 5. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Sink three-pointer. Hayward's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You have Rodney Hood, player coming out of Duke that can shoot the basketball lights out. I've always been impressed with him, and now he's been able to run the offense as a secondary ball handler.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Warriors really contributed. They ended up with 10 points, and part of that scoring came from behind the arc, adding a few threes to his season total. It was a great combination for a guy who's considered to be more of a role player for this team. See what he can bring to the table tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, G.A.?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
You know what, guys? I think he can even do better. I think he has another gear to get to.
And the first one at the line is good. And Hood out of Duke is a lefty. Pretty crafty with the ball in his hands, and he can score in isolation.
The lefty does a nice job. He comes off pick and rolls deceptively quick. He can get to the rim or he can pull up, and usually it's a bucket.
Baldwin, he's checked in for Young. He's checked in for Utah. And Randolph drops them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Hill kicks to Diaw. Hayward outside. Dishes it to Hill. There's the pick. That's a 2 from Hood. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Conley the pass to Randall. Diao with the steal. And now Utah, fast break. Stolen away. Here's Baldwin. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Baldwin's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Diao, the screen. Hill dishes to Withy. Diao with the screen on Gasol. Passes to Hayward. 5 to shoot. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Conley with it. He's picked up by Hill. Conley kicks to Randall. In the corner, Parsons with it. Conley with the 3. It's hauled in by Diao. Jazz trailed by 11. Hill passes to Diao. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
No, he'll probably find himself on the bench watching the game like we are.
Here's Conley. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the screen. And again, Memphis no good. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Grizzlies lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor. So they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the 3rd quarter underway.
Guys, bring it in. Have a seat. This is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Do not take your foot off the gas, gentlemen. This is our game. Come on!
We're back with you here in Memphis, Tennessee. A gorgeous look at the skyline here in the birthplace of rock and roll. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the 3rd. Without question, Zach Randolph displaying his skills today.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
Just awesome on-court awareness, knowing when to take it to the hole as well as dish it out. That's why he is such a crucial member to this team.
Down low, the tough pair of Zebo and Gasol. Young is out there with Prez, and it's Parsons in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Steve, you were such a terrific three-point shooter in your day back in that 2001-2002 season. You led the league, in fact, in three-point percentage. You and I were having a conversation about great three-point shooters a little while ago. Did you ever think that shot would make the mark in the league that it has now made with the Currys and the Klay Thompsons and the way they're firing from distance?
You know what, Kevin, I shot it well that year. Tim Duncan, give him a lot of credit, and David Robinson. They drew a lot of double teams. But they're not shooting the 3-ball right now. I shot right around that line. These guys are shooting so far out, still with a high percentage and with a lot of volume. It's unbelievable what these guys are doing now with the 3-ball.
Would you play differently now with the league the way it is now than you did when you played the game?
Yeah. I'd be a stretch 4.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to look
right.
at it, probably wouldn't be playing the point guard position, probably be a stretch 4.
Now here's Favors. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Hayward can hit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
the dish to Prez. In the corner, Parsons with it. Memphis moving that ball around. Stolen by Withy. Hayward kicks to Favors. The back good off the assist from Hayward. 6 points for Derek Favors.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Young outside. He kicks it to Prez. Gasol dishes to Prez. It's Young on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Prez. The shot missing. And Utah the other way now. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
For whatever reason, they weren't mentally strong that game from the line. Way too many missed attempts from the strike.
Okay, time now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Rudy Gobert. Hey, what's the news?
Hey guys, Utah's head athletic trainer gave me an update. He told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. For a team that was looking to put a solid playoff run together, this injury scare is not what they need right now. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Wright comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's James Ennison for Chandler Parsons. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Jeff Withy. Johnson comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Exum in for Hill. Now here's Wright. And Young kicks to Prez. Young outside. Wright, the pass to Prez from past the arc. Utah with the rebound. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Utah has turned a corner, establishing its identity under Quinn Snyder as a youthful, defensive-minded team. Coach Snyder said, our players have gotten better. Our team has gotten better. There was a connectivity and a defensive mindset that was bubbling beneath the surface. The habits were there. The intensity was there. Things have just clicked. Kevin?
All right, D.A., they're on the rise.
The former University of Colorado alumni Burks, a solid two-guard who can really light it up.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Martin's checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. Boris Diaz checked in for Derek Favors. And Burks hits 2 free throws. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Right wing. It's stolen by Johnson. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. He feeds it to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. On its way from Burks for 2. And Wright pulls it down. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And finished off by Martin.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Johnson kicks to Diaw. Johnson right side. It's good. The assist that time from Diaw.
He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Young kicks to Martin. Past Prez. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw.
Couldn't have been more wide open on that one.
Now here's Exum. Not a lot of room. Fires from deep. Knocks down the 3 ball. Now just a 4-point Grizzly lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Count it.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket. I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
That has to be the plan. Let's see if they recognize it.
Back to Diaw. And here's Johnson outside. Burks kicks to Exum, feeds to Diaw. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Poked loose. Young with the steal. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Perez has got 5.
That's just all energy. Young really a pest on defense with his quick instinct.
Johnson dishes to Exum. Deep. Off target. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Memphis out in front. They're up by 8. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Jazz trail by 8. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. George Hill out there with Alec Burks. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Now, here's Burks. They set the screen. 2 on the clock. Hill, no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist from Conley. Gasol's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Memphis. Now here is Hill. Favors with the screen. Hill passes to Favors. The 3 from Hill. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Baldwin. Gasol up top. And here's Daniels. Here's Baldwin. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Favors with the screen. Hill kicks to Gobert. Favors with the screen. Burks for 3. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Young outside. In the corner, Parsons with it. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And Young kicks to Prez. The 3. Hill with some nice D. Jazz trail by 9. 3-pointer. Again missing Hill. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Young dishes to Prez. Randolph passes to Young. Prez kicks to Randolph. The pass to Prez. Offside Gasol. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits. And Smitty, we have a question sent in by one of our viewers. This is from Quinn up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He asked, they were wondering what you'd like to do in the offseason to decompress from basketball, to get away from it.
Bring it in. Take a seat. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Now let's stay sharp and finish strong.
It's me versus the ball versus the hole, and they're winning right now.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
Opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. That'll be blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Memphis leading by 11. Here's Parsons, kept alive, tries again, and it's Gasol with the bucket inside. Gasol's got 6 in the quarter.
It's not easy to box out Gasol. He's very good at using his length to track down second chance opportunities.
Here's Favors, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Derek Favors, his ability to play the power forward position and the center position and comfortable in both. He has a combination of strength, length, and mobility, and he can bang on the block and cover out on the perimeter.
And he makes the first. Stevie talked to the training staff. Derek Favors' lateral quickness is off the charts for a player of his size.
And you talk about size, you're saying a guy with that much strength and girth. Here's a guy that can move quickly and lateral quickness like a guard.
He hits both from the stripe.
The former 3rd overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Derek Favors is a gifted big man and a crucial player for this team.
Hayward's got space. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Over to the wing. Back to Parsons. Kicks it to Prez. Outside Randolph. There's the feed to Prez. He dishes it to Parsons. Clock at 6. Randolph passes to Prez. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Hill dishes to Gobert. Hayward from outside. Again, the miss by Hayward. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. And Young kicks to Prez. Pass to Young. Dishes it to Prez. He feeds it to Parsons. Passes it to Prez. There's the triple. Unable to get that one. Hill with some nice D. The 3. Utah the rebound. Hayward from outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Hayward is a bomber from deep. He can really sink these shots when he has his feet under him.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Memphis with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And how can you not love Prez? A simply wonderful player.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. And the Jazz call time here. They're losing by 8. 41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Against Hayward. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hill, no good.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
And there it is for him.
The fans are just looking.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. Listen, guys, we got one guy doing all the damage out there. Do not tune this out again.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And here are the Grizzlies now. 10-point lead. Young passes to Prez. The dish to Young. He kicks it to Prez. In the corner, it's Levens. Here's Prez. Offline.
Exum's defense is excellent. Really willing himself to get over in time to put a hand in his man's face.
Hey, we looked lost out there tonight. Yeah, we just didn't have it. At least the rest of the team stepped it up. Hey, good work, fellas. Good job, team. Way to pick us up. About time y'all start pulling y'all weight around here.